I don't know. I mean, we are together like 2 or 3 months now.
Okay, cool. So there could be some communication things that could need some work. Uh,
True, of
and,
course.
like maybe there's just like some things that don't need to be said and stuff like that. And I'll try to keep an ear out for that. But yeah, mainly we'll focus on your laning and like macro stuff. I was trying to see what your room page is here.
Too long, I would say.
Do you main Ekko, by the way?
Not me. I play a lot of Ekko. I played a lot of Ekko. But yeah, he's kind of strong again, and I like to play Ekko.
Okay, cool.
But it's not like I'm one trick.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like to play Ekko. He's fun.
Mm-hmm. So is this the room page you end up going with? Do you know if you changed it anymore after this?
Sorry.
I just wasn't sure if like you enter a game with this room page, or if you end up changing it again before the game, or do you normally like to go nullifying orb and transcendence?
No, I change it every game, most likely.
Okay, I think with Ekko, uh, you probably want to take Gathering Storm and Absolute Focus, or take Inspiration, and you can do like Boots and Minion Dematerializer
Yeah,
or something like that. And the main reason for that is so you can wave clear like consistently. Once you get to like level 9, you want to be sure that your Q can kill the whole backline in one Q.
yeah. True. Usually I go the Gathering Storm way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember what my thoughts were going with. I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, you went Transcendence Nullifying Orb, and I mean those are good runes, but specifically for Echo, I think you want to make sure you can one shot the backline with your Q, especially if you're playing in like comms, like a league like this with your teammates, pretty much like competitive League of Legends. You want to make sure that you'll be able to wave clear consistently, so you can be able to shove mid and be available for your team.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also should
Maybe.
have paused on the screen just to look at the comps real quick. Were you gonna say something?
I don't really know why I went. Maybe I was scared of. I mean, Ori is not a great matchup for Ori, so I don't know why I went Nullifying Orb.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a mistake. So.
Hmm. Yeah, that's fine though. Uh, so the team comps, we've got Rumble versus Orn, Zach versus Jarvan, Echo versus Ori, Trist versus Varus. And do you guys, before you get into game, like in the tab screen, are you guys talking about like matchups and stuff, like how you think, like who you think will be pushing, or like how matchups go?
Thinking about it.
Yeah,
Most
usually
probably
we talk
Jarvan.
about it, but
That's
yeah,
good.
usually it's more about the jungle pathing and stuff.
Good.
I don't know. I think he can start everywhere. We can just 5-man, one buff, and place a ward.
I'm just listening to
Hey,
some of the
I'm
comms.
coming here.
Yeah.
Just, yeah. Yep.
I already like your camera movement so
Thank you.
far. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna keep that up throughout the game, but F keys are good. Pressing tab is good.
I'm still trying to use it more often, the F keys.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
he
I know
needs
it
to
can be
start
difficult
catching his breath.
to adjust, like add it into your play. Okay, yeah, it would probably be easiest just to focus on your laning, and then if we want to like check some comm stuff, I'll do that after. Because I keep thinking for a second if you're talking to me when I have it unmuted. I'm not sure if like I don't know. It's just a lot of talking going on. So we'll just focus on your laning and that sort of stuff for now, and then maybe we'll come back and look at comms.
Okay. I mean, I have to rewatch it for myself to check if we have very bad comps or yeah. Sometimes we are just way off.
I see.
I mean, can you share your screen with me?
Oh man, I totally forgot about that. I forgot we weren't in a private call, and I'm just like sitting here. Okay, that's good that you mentioned that now before I was already. All right, let's do a private call again because I can't find an
Yeah,
option
yeah.
yet. Yep. Okay, this should make things.
Yeah, way easier.
Yep. So, already a couple things. As the jungler, generally, I guess this is the previous patch or maybe even further back, but these days usually it's good for the jungler to walk into river and ward one of these brushes, and then recall immediately and go get sweeper because it shortens the cooldown like of sweeper. I mean, that's a small thing, but most junglers do that these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jarvan can gank early. So I guess that's why you want to get this ward over here. I already saw that you placed it, but if you want a ward against an early game, like a level 2 jungler like Jarvan, I would really recommend doing it before you even touch this level 1 wave. Like, I would say, like, as this wave is coming in, you know, you don't want to do it too early because you don't want to risk running into the top laner and the jungler and, like, the mid standing here or something. Like, you want to do it, like, as this wave is coming up. Like right now, I would have already been like over here and placing this ward up here somewhere, like on the corner of you know, like there's this wall here, and a really good ward against the level 2 junglers is on the corner, like in the river. It's kind of hard to describe, but on the mini map, maybe I can like point it out, like right here, right at this entrance to the enemy jungle. If you ward there, that's super helpful versus the junglers that can gank after red buff, like Xin Zhao and Jarvan. Because I'm assuming that's why you place this ward. In a couple seconds, you place a ward here.
Yeah, that's for the level 2.
Yeah. And I guess, like, she probably can't really tell. Like, she maybe thinks you're warding. Yeah, she probably does think you're warding there. So she probably communicates that to her jungler. Sorry about the dogs barking in the background. And then another thing, approaching the lane level 1. Yeah, you definitely want to try to get the push. What you did here is it's fine, I think. Something you might want to do against like champions like mages like Orianna is start pushing the wave a little sooner. Like right as it comes into lane. Like right here, if you throw a Q and start doing that, like you put your Q on cooldown and then you get another Q off, and then you'll have the push for sure, because you want to get level 2 first, and you also want to have priority to be able to move around the map. Like Ekko in general, you know, doesn't have too strong of a laning phase. It's good that you have TP because, you know, you can clear the wave, you can trade, and then get that free recall off. But like this is good. It's just too bad that he has all of these creeps. I mean, it's not a ton of creeps, but it's still some. Like this trade would be a lot better if if you had already cleared most of these, or like if you hit level 2 sooner. Because I think almost every time in this lane, Ekko should be able to get level 2 first before Orianna. Like I'd say just about every time, because you know you can Q the first wave twice and then immediately start hitting the second wave once it comes. Like you would be a lot ahead on minions, and then you'd be able to kill the first melee before she does. And then that's a really helpful thing as Ekko to get level 2 first, because then you instantly trade with Q and E and proc electrocute and all that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good. And always feel free if you have any questions or if you disagree with anything. It would be super good to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean that trade went so good because she missed the
Yeah.
W.
Yeah. Even if she hits it, it probably still is an okay trade. Another thing here is I would pop your corrupting potion as soon as possible, because you know you're gonna take damage and you might as well get the extra damage off the corrupting while you're trading.
True.
Even if it ends up healing you all the way back to full, you're not gonna miss out on that much health. Like you're gonna be taking damage.
Just one thing. I think I didn't push the wave because I was still scared of Jarvan, and yeah, I wanted to be safe and let me push in, but yeah, didn't work too well.
I see. I think even against junglers like Jarvan, I mean Jarvan might be like he's definitely one of the strongest level 2 gankers and early gankers in the game. But even then, you still want to push the wave. Like as long as you have your flash, you should still be pretty safe to just push out the wave. As long as you're not like always Eing onto the Orianna. Like if you E in places where it's pretty safe to do it, or if your jungler's nearby to counter gank. Because what's going to happen is like if Orianna manages to shove in a big wave to your tower, which it doesn't seem like she'll be able to do, but like you pretty much just want to avoid being locked up mid.
Okay.
And even if Jarvan comes to gank you, then that gives your team information, and as long as you have flash, you should be safe from the first gank. Because like as long as you have your flash and your E. So what can happen with that is, okay, so here comes Jarvan now, but by Jarvan showing here, this takes pressure off your other lanes, and it lets your jungler know where he's at and also his CS and all that stuff. Wow. That almost went super well. I mean, it went pretty well for you overall. Let me just watch this back. It's really good that you W early. Optimally, I'd say you W like as soon as you see Jarvan, like right away, to like maximize your chance of surviving, because you know you're not going to fight this. You know you just want to back off. And now you feel really confident, so you walk up, but then Orianna all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was so stupid.
This for the most part is pretty good though. You definitely want to use your E to dodge. I mean, especially with a champion like Jarvan, once he places his E, you know he's gonna Q, so you might as well just get out of the way on either side.
Yeah, true.
So you would have taken like a little bit less damage. Nullifying Orb actually saved you there. Yeah, it actually did save you here, because like if you didn't have Nullifying Orb, you'd be lower right here, and Orianna. I mean, maybe you wouldn't have walked up if you were lower, but so yeah, with this gank, you know, you just want to like you didn't even have to end up burning flash on the actual gank. You burned flash because of your mistake after. So see, like even if you were pushing this, like if you were all the way up here, this still would have gone pretty much the same way, because Orianna doesn't have hard CC to set up the Jarvan gank. And even if she did, like let's say she was a Twisted Fate instead, and you're pushing the wave, as long as you don't let Twisted Fate walk into gold card range, like as long as he has to flash for it, then you should still be pretty safe against the Jarvan gank.
Yeah, I mean this was very bad from Oriana. She could have been way more up as soon as Jarvan arrives,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yeah,
Like
she could have.
she's walking backwards here, and that's so stupid.
Yep. Yep. And if she does do that, then you can, like, if she did start walking forward like really confidently when she's at this health, then that should be a sign to you that okay, their jungler's probably here.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. She definitely could have played it better, and she also did some weird movement there. Like she could have also kept auto attacking you. Like she didn't have to be so afraid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right. At least you didn't die here, though. Even though you walked back in, at least you had the presence of mind to flash. Like you realize you messed up. And now this should actually put you in a really good spot. As long as you, like, what I would do here immediately is W around here. Like your goal here is to freeze this because Oriana doesn't have TP. And if you freeze the wave on your side, then Oriana is gonna have to, like, she's already really low on mana. She's pretty chunked on HP. Because I don't think you ever kill her here with this trade, and she's just gonna recall anyways. So now you take a bunch of damage, and she just gets a free recall. So that trade right there is pretty much, it was not very useful,
Yeah, true.
So it looks like you're still gonna end up getting the freeze anyways, but if you TP in and you instantly W, whether it's on the wave or no, I think yeah, you should W the wave, because what I would try to do is just wait. Since Oriana wants to recall, you freeze the wave on your side. You tank the creeps for a while, and then you can walk forward and throw your Q at her and stop her recall, because it actually makes a big difference, and it probably like tilts her a little bit too. But it's always good to stall out your opponent's recall when they want to recall, as long as you don't die. Which you have a pink ward, so you could ward down here somewhere just to make yourself a little safer. In fact, if Jarvan had just stuck around somewhere, I guess he was kind of low, but maybe he couldn't have killed you.
Yeah.
But either way, I would say it's a lot better when you TP back here to try to freeze and try to stop her recall, even if you miss a couple last hits, because she'll end up missing so much from this wave being frozen. Yeah, and even though you're on comms with teammates, I know we already talked about it a little bit, but F keys are super useful just to see things, because they might not communicate something to you that's important, like someone might be low mana or something like that, and you can see a play that your teammates don't see, or you can communicate something that your teammates don't.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on that.
Good. And I have like a method that can really help with getting F keys down really quickly. It's something that I use personally. I can just talk about it right now. So what I did is I went into like bot games, like custom games, and I would just play my laning phase normally, like CS, and try to harass my opponent. But like in between like every CS and every trade, I would like roll my fingers across the F keys. So let me see if I can kind of illustrate this. So we have let me see. I'm using Epic Pen and I'm still kind of a noob to it. How do I do text? So you have F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, and like this is where your things are. You haven't changed this binding, right? Like like the F keys.
Yeah, you don't need F1 for yourself. It's already on space.
That works. That works if you use spacebar for that. I have my spacebar binded differently, but
Okay.
But for you, yeah, you can do that. So what I would recommend is like I have my ring finger. That's an R.
I can see.
My ring finger here, my middle finger on F3, and my index finger on F4, and then I press those three. Like I just press those fingers down, and like I slide it over, and then I slide my ring finger over to F5, if that makes sense. So like I press F2, F3, F4, slide over to F5, and then I center the camera back on myself with F1. But for you, that's just spacebar. and then I would do that like in between every CS, and then I would mix it up where I press. Okay, I go to myself, and then I go to F2, and then I go to myself, and then I go to F3, and then I go to myself and F4. You know, like you just want to build that muscle memory.
Okay.
And it's annoying because like, you know, who wants to sit around in a custom game and work on this stuff? But it's super super helpful. So you just want to like you want to say in your head like after the CS I'm gonna look at my jungler, and you instantly press you know, F2. Wait, F2's top. You instantly press F3, and then you see your jungler's view. You know, you can just say like who you want to look at, and then go back to yourself right after, and then like, oh, I want to look at my support, F5, and then go back to yourself. You know, so there's like these little drills you can do with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Good. And yeah, you can just do that in a custom. Even if you do that for like 10 minutes a day, you can get it down like in a week.
Okay, I tried it.
I think going for a trade this deep is really sketchy when you
Yeah,
don't have.
Jarvan. We saw Jarvan.
Yeah, you end up seeing him after. Did you see him before that, or did you have info on him before that though?
I don't think so. That's pretty scary.
Yeah, because you don't have flash for a while, and like, if Jarvan was just hovering nearby mid somewhere, even though you get your speed boost, it's still pretty risky. Oh, and you went for the Q damage too. You went for the full damage, like on the back on the Q. Like I think this trade is a little better if you have flash, but even then, you should place these wards first.
Yeah.
Or at least the control ward, like towards the bottom side or something. Yeah, you end up doing it after, but it was a bit of a risky trade. Another thing with trades like this in general, as Ekko, is it would be good if you place your W first. Because like you don't even have to get the stun, you just want the shield, and then the trade is so much better.
True.
If you went in with shield, you actually wouldn't have taken any damage from her from that trade. And yeah, sure, they can see it coming. Like they'll know that you pressed your W somewhere, but you don't have to land the stun. You just want the shield. Also, Ekko is a champion where usually you just want to focus on roaming. Like he can definitely roam at the early levels. Like let's say you had played this game and your sole goal was to push and roam and not try to poke Orianna at all. Like all you try to do is get your CS and push the wave out. There could have been some opportunities to roam around like levels 3 to 4 depending on how your lanes were looking. Because as Ekko, you're probably not gonna kill the Orianna because she has barrier, and you know, like Jarvan loves to gank mid. So instead of playing to like almost in a solo queue way where you play to try to kill your lane, you should try to play more to like help your team as a whole. As a champion like Ekko, at least.
Yeah.
This is fine. Wasting Jarvan's time, like acting like he might be able to kill you. Like he can never kill you here as long as you like don't make some really crazy mistake.
Yeah, I think I even said I'm wasting his time.
Yeah, good.
I mean, that's pretty risky as well, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's another thing where you probably should have W'd first. It ends up working out okay. Orianna 6, she actually could have ulted. You still have your ult, but if they force you to use your ult when you don't get any damage out of it and you don't get as big of a heal, because you know Ekko heals based on how much damage he's taken recently. So they could have gone for more there, but they didn't. Like I think actually you should have died. Because Oriana's 6. And
I
you're
mean,
jungle.
I can R her R,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, but if
I think they
you
could have layered everything way better. I mean, she could R. Yeah, her ball movement is pretty random.
yeah, if she ults, like, you know, if she walked a little closer and put it closer and ulted you, Jarvan still has EQ. So even if you ult back, right? Doesn't he still have EQ? Yeah, he does. I don't know that you would have died, but you would have been under a lot more pressure and you would have been down your ult. Either way, though, with how that went, you played it fine. And now you're definitely looking to recall soon. Honestly, I might have just like walked back over here and recalled right now because you know cannon wave's coming. You can always check to see if the cannon wave's coming. You know, you can always click back to like your inhibitor wave and see what wave is coming. But especially with Oriana's mana, Oriana isn't even that great at pushing the wave at these levels anyways.
Yeah. I think I wanted to pressure because they were on Dragon.
Yeah, your team's on drag. Okay. Yeah, that's fine then. It's just too bad because this still ends up being an okay recall timing. But what I would actually do is I would stay now because Oriana has like no mana, and you know for you it takes like pretty much 1 Q to clear the wave. I mean, you would be able to get the second Q off and walk away. But I think, yeah, it would have been a slightly better recall timing. It maybe would have been a little risky because Jarvan could be around in your low mana. Okay, recalling here is actually good. I agree with it. Forget what I said about pushing. Because you're like low mana, you don't have flash.
I mean, I could have queued one more time and then run out of mana, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean the Oriana was like completely and maybe Jarvan comes to gank you, but the thing is like if Jarvan's 6, you probably just die because you wouldn't have enough mana for ult. I mean, you'd maybe be able to E once, but he could lock you in and like EQ you or whatever. Pushing the wave is good. If you had absolute focus, you probably would have one-shot the backline or minion dematerializer.
True. I think after those 2 games we played, I watched Challenger Ekko guide, and yeah, from that on I took the right runes.
Good. She just ulted the way. I don't understand. She doesn't need to ult to clear it. She
Yeah,
must have pressed the wrong key.
I don't know where she ulted there. There's not even an objective on the table.
Yeah. Also, I think you could have cleared this pink here since you see their duo bot. If just Jarvan comes, then I think you're okay. But I guess if you want to be super safe, you don't clear it.
I think I didn't saw it, that's why.
Oh, okay. In this sort of situation, I think it's better. I was thinking it might be better for you to push the wave and let Zach get the buff low. Because Oriana now has the wave pushed in and she's free to move. Okay, she doesn't end up roaming or anything, but
Yeah, it's weird.
yeah, like you'll see in pro play, the junglers will almost always, like the mid laners will almost always push out their wave before coming to get blue. Just so that they can have you know, like priority, and also it's like they could the enemy team can maybe guess you're going to get blue, but they don't actually know for sure unless they have like a ward on it. So they would have to like respect you being gone. So it's at least something to think about. I don't know that it's 100% correct here, but in this sort of situation, instead of going and helping the Zac kill it, consider just like, oh, actually they would know you're going to blue because you just cleared this pink.
Yeah.
And then you're gone for a little bit. So they know for sure. So I think Orianna, honestly, should have 100% just walked bot there, and she probably would have killed Trist when she started running up. Because they know for sure you and Zac were at blue. I mean, maybe not 100%, but like, it's like 95% chance since you walked over there when blue spawning. And like with the way Tristana has to run here, Orianna could have already been over there. Like you even pinged it. You had the feeling, but Orianna was mid.
Yeah, it was kind of obvious that she's there, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, so to avoid that situation, I think definitely just clear the wave before going to get your blue and like communicate that to your jungler.
Yeah, it's always hard to get blue from our jungler. He's
Selfish.
he wants to keep it for himself.
Yeah. I mean, as a champion like Zac, he should definitely give it over. Like, if he wants to keep it for himself, I just wish, okay, I need to make some videos on YouTube to explain to junglers why they need to give their blue to their mid. Like, I'm gonna make like some YouTube videos talking about different things, but I want to make like these really short, informative videos that talk about stuff like that. Also, this W is great. I love going for W's like this, especially when you haven't gone for one all game. Because you're just coming back from the fog. Orianna hasn't been like conditioned to know that you're gonna W. Like as long as you're not doing a W like this all the time, then every so often you can get a good one.
I think I could have killed her there.
Yep.
But I was scared.
Yep.
With barrier. Yeah.
Well, doesn't she use it here?
Yeah, she used it right under the tower.
Yeah, so what you can do. Oh, actually, I don't think she used barrier. I think it's just her E shield.
Yeah, it's I think it's 4 or 5 seconds later.
Oh, okay. So yeah, because right there, you know your E and Q are coming up. I would just keep running under tower, like you still have ult, and then you just go in.
Yeah, that's where I go all in.
Yeah, now it happens a little bit later. Okay,
Yeah, I
so
could have went for that one auto, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Also, this is something that I've actually, it's funny, a lot of the people I've coached in the last couple days have been Ekko players. But this is something I've talked about with Ekko's E-Q combo. You can E first, and then right here you throw your Q before using your second E, and then you're closer to them.
Yeah, I know, but I had no cooldown on Q.
Oh, so you should have waited
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
like a tiny bit.
There I have it. There I have it, yeah.
So you know about the combo I'm talking about then, like you know to
Yeah,
E.
yeah, I know it.
Okay, good. Oh yeah, that's so.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's tough to know, but Barry only lasts 2 seconds, so you could wait, you could stall out a bit, like outside the tower range, wait for it to run out, and then flash in to finish.
Wow, that's so close.
Yeah, and I was also looking at when W came up here, because at the very least you could just place it somewhere, like since it's up.
Yeah, true. I think that's that would have been too much for my mechanics.
Mm-hmm. It might have actually been bad too, because you would have to stop to place your W, so. Looking top. Is everything good top real quick?
That was actually a misclick.
Yeah, save your E in situations like this. Save your E for his EQ, and then you dodge it. Like you get out, you don't take all this damage. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't like Jarvan's his knockup is so telegraphed. You can just wait.
Yeah, I don't know why I that early. That's pretty stupid.
That flash is fine though. I mean, optimally you would want to wait a little bit longer to flash the Q if it's going to hit you, but it's okay just to flash because if you like respect him as a player, you're like, okay, he'll probably hit me, then it's fine.
Yeah, I think I didn't know if he had flash, and flash Q would have hit me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even though if I flashed, yeah, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah, and right here your Q isn't killing the full wave, so I mean, yeah, we talked about that. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's already solved.
Yeah.
It's so tilting when the minions stay at that amount of HP.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely be looking bot or top here with the wave pushed in. Even if they have that pink, you guys could still consider the dive, but it looks like it's probably right not to go for it. Especially,
Yeah, they told me I want to reset, and then I backed off immediately.
yeah, because yeah, we don't know where their jungler is. They have Taric ult unless they used it, and I don't know what their summoners are either. Also, as a team, you guys should try to get someone to time summoners, at least attempt to time summoners.
Yeah, we are working on that one as well.
Good. I'm really good with this aggressive trade here. I would like to see a W from the fog first, but it's fine.
Yeah, true. I always kind of forget to use W.
Yeah.
I need to play more games, I guess.
If you want to be really sneaky after that trade, you could W right now while you're still in fog, and like she probably wouldn't expect it because like the wave hasn't even showed up yet. And if you like W somewhere over here, and she just happens to walk there, then you could probably kill her because you still have electrocute. You maybe wouldn't kill her, but you would force her out of lane at least.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking at first here is I want this wave to be all the way in. And like I would, at the very least, as you're walking down here, I'd ward over this wall and see what Orianna is doing or where she's at. You know, you can ward right over. And then if Orianna is kind of like hovering like back and forth and not sure, then like
I could have saved my W there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big. Like, cause yeah, I guess you just expect Orianna to show up there, but yeah, if you ward over the wall, then you know for sure where she's gonna be. But yeah, that pink's still there. And Ekko W is like one of his most important cooldowns for fights like this. Wow, Orianna got there so fast. I guess there's a blasting cone. She cones over. I wonder what comms are like. I want to listen to these comms real quick just to hear what the call is.
I'm not there.
I don't have pronouns.
I'm coming from behind.
I'm running away.
Play slow. We fight. We fight. Oh, Orianna ult.
I need to back out, sorry.
I'm running.
Nice.
Can you get out?
Yeah, this is just a really, random fight. It looks like
I'm not there.
they wanted to go for a pick on Jarvan. Because, yeah, probably got a hook and stuff like that. But this is one of those situations where the enemy team has both their bot laners rotating right away, where your Trist is, like, she has to clear the wave. So at this point, you should be telling your team to back off, I think. Although they're already Verisalted, but yeah, Trist isn't here. You know the bot lane's rotating. Like, their bot lane for sure are both going to be here. And then you know Orianna's walking around somewhere. And plus, your wave is in a bad spot, because that cannon and the rest of those creeps are going to die without you being there. And, like, you could have shoved it in and, like, made it so that if Orianna goes down here, then she misses out on that stuff. But yeah, Trist... I mean, Trist is coming, but it's so late because she had to clear the wave. It's not like it's her fault, but I think this is just a bad call to fight.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's a miracle that she gets out somehow.
Yeah. And now I think for you, yeah, I think you should have just instantly started walking back mid. Because I mean, I would just be looking at Thresh to see if he's out. Like Trist is probably already out. But yeah, you could have been at mid right now, pushing in the next wave already. And then you could have looked for a roam right after that to maybe I guess there isn't too much for you to do off a roam right now, but like if your ward was up, you could have at least gone for like deep vision in the enemy jungle or something. Wow, she's so low. And you have a level advantage. You know, you're doing pretty well individually this game. Even though there's, you know, a good amount of things that you could have played better, you're still doing pretty well.
Yeah, but it's more like because she's not that great.
Right. I don't think you need to be here. I guess you being here is good in case like Jarvan shows up. This roam's fine. But I think after you kill that Varus. Oh wait, Jarvan just showed top, so I guess the Dragon Claw is good. It's a little awkward because you know Oriana's resetting and you have to reset too. And Triss wants to get tower, that's fine. Now you're gonna miss like a whole wave, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I sent Trist mid.
That works, that works. Yeah, this is all good. It's all good. Always like the proto belt first. Yeah, I mean, it's too bad you ended up not being in range here, but now your proto belt's on like its 40-second cooldown, which isn't super long, but maybe could have had a better opportunity to go on him.
True.
It was close though. It was close.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I think I could have killed him if I reached that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd probably force like at least like ult or summoner spell. Although this is another thing though. Like usually in competitive, when an ADC shows somewhere, their support is probably nearby them. So it could have just been risky anyways. Now you get chunked really hard.
That Q is stupid.
What, your Q?
This one.
Oh. It's okay. This is not too big of a deal. I mean, yeah, you lose like 90 mana for it. Did you E predictively here? Yeah, it's better to react. Like, you know he's gonna shoot the Q, so just wait until he actually shoots it to dash.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sad situation for you, but hopefully your team's getting work done mid. Ekko loves to be in side lane, so yeah. Like you've been 1v2 for like 3 minutes now, so your team better be getting stuff done. You're like absorbing a good amount of pressure. especially since like they're barely getting any tower damage. I mean, now you're getting really low, but as long as you don't die. Oh, that was so close. That was a good E. That was like your best E all game. Good job. That Varus, he's like getting annoyed because you're getting to hold the
Yeah.
tower, and now he's like, I just want to kill this guy. And now you have TP, you can even come back.
I don't TP there, I guess, because they are using Herald.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good decision. There's no way you protect that tower now. Calling to go top. Oh, that's too bad, the hook missed.
But they killed them.
Yeah. So now you guys are advantaged. Varus is out of mana. Yeah, you guys are looking to fight. Dang, that's too bad. I'm trying to only focus on your play, but I can't help but comment on, man, this Rumble ult is kind of sad.
Yeah, that hurts. That hurts.
But it's
But
alright.
at least we got Tariq ult.
Yeah, I'm sure Rumble knows his mistake here. I would also say you could like get in closer before Wing. It was really close. No, your W's fine. And I think you need to be more decisive here with like your proto belt and your flash. You could have already been on there on top of them.
Yeah, true.
And then like you could get your Q slow, and then maybe your team would be able to follow up. But most importantly, you get your passive speed boost, and that Varus is out of mana. Like you can just stay on them and just keep hitting them, and like they can't do that much to you because your team's coming. So like they have to keep running. So I would have tried to be more bold there. Like since you're so like you're not like so strong, but you're strong enough that you could have flashed in and really tried to fight them. Because even if Varus had ult there, he didn't have mana for it. All that stuff. I also think the stopwatch buy is good. It's like, yeah, it's good against Orianna, Ornn, Varus. And you're already pretty strong. If you were weaker, I would definitely want the gold to be more invested in like damage, but
Yeah, true.
you probably have like a key team fight coming up for this dragon. I like this W, just in case, yeah. It's good. Like maybe like 5 out of 7 times you like catch her there and you do a ton of damage or force her ult or summon her. Wow, I'm surprised he flashed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, your team did a good job that fight. You guys I think are definitely doing better macro than the other team. Your scoreline is kind of sad to me, but
Yeah, it hurts, but it gets way better, I guess.
yeah. Were you thinking about TPing here?
Yeah.
Because there's
You can check the comms, I don't know 100%.
Play.
Yeah,
I
keep
TP.
running, run. We don't want to fight this.
You sure? I can TP on Lantern.
No.
Oof, close.
yeah, someone's saying they don't want to fight. I think it's your jungler. Yeah. It's like risky to TP because if they have all 5 there, which it seems like they did, then it could be a huge throw. So it's good. I mean, it's good that you're considering TPing, but it's good that you didn't. You didn't actually TP. And also for lane assignments, I guess Rumble was bot before you went top, but it would be best if you were bot because you're the one who can have the most pressure right now. And you're the one who's like most likely to escape if they send a bunch of people for you. And you have TP. Yeah, so I think this is fine. You wanted to get the blue. Rumble can push bot as long as you guys have vision of some of the enemy team.
Yeah, we were looking for Baron right there.
Yeah.
That's honestly, it's so tilting to see the whole wave every time it stays alive.
Oh yeah.
Backline hits.
It's the worst. Yeah, Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm, or Inspiration Tree and Dematerializer, and just use them all in the backline. Those are the... I mean, I guess you, in that like Challenger Echo video, did he do Absolute Focus or did he do Dematerializer?
He do it absolute focus.
Yeah.
But I watched many coachings about melee into ranged, and the materializer is pretty good for that kind of matchups.
Yeah, especially in competitive. I mean, I think you can also use one on the cannon and use two on the backline, and you'll still be able to clear the backline. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you can also get boots, which are nice in competitive because usually you're not like killing. You're not usually solo killing people.
Yeah.
So like, it's good to have a scaling rune. A few things to talk about with this fight. Let's see, where did you get chunked? From over here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's okay though. You got the Varus ult. And Varus ult is super important for fight, so it's good that the team's looking to fight now. Your W is like okay, but I feel like like I feel like you don't want to do it in their vision. Because then they know Ekko W is showing up somewhere. This is all good, getting the Terra cult out. Sucks that Zach committed a little too hard.
Yeah, we all died there. Warren killed all of us.
Oh jeez.
That's pretty sad.
Everything looks good right now. Oh. That tower shot. That fat rumble. He's like just... It would have been so sad if Thresh tanked it there too. Yeah, Tristan is a little overzealous. No, you guys are a little overzealous. That was good. I mean, actually, I don't think it's worth your flash. I would just
it's true.
eat Proto
I
Belt.
could have Proto Belt, yeah. And then he kills both.
Alright. Yeah.
The Proto Belt was, tilting.
Yeah.
I think I could have killed him with Proto Belt procs.
I mean, even if Triss doesn't know how Ornn works, that was so deep back behind the turret. You guys could have just gotten tower and walked away. Objective based gameplay is always the best, even in solo queue, especially in competitive though. Like that was, you guys were going too hard for kills.
Yeah.
And now they have like Drake pressure. I mean, I doubt they get it. Like I doubt you guys lose this fight. This W is good. Yeah. Because they probably don't have vision on you, and they want to be around the dragon. That was a really, really good W. Yep. And now you guys are probably calling Baron, right?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, let me hear.
Take the tower here. Quick.
But I think we
Yeah.
get 2 towers.
Is
Taking Baron.
Yeah, someone's saying Baron, Baron, Baron.
But we can just take the tower here quickly.
I think Baron is.
I think Trist is calling to just take the tower quickly. I think for sure you guys rotate to Baron. I don't even think you need to chase Oriana.
Oh,
I think right here, this guy dies, you guys immediately go to Baron. Look at these death timers.
Yeah, it's over.
Now they
Taking Baron.
like this is okay. Killing Oriana isn't necessarily wrong, but after that then I think straight to Baron is definitely the call.
But we can just take the tower here quickly.
I think Baron is. Yeah, I wanted to walk there, but yeah.
Yeah.
We just take
That was
two
another
turrets,
call.
reset, then go Baron.
Because hold on.
We just take two turrets, reset, then go Baron.
Someone says you take 2 turrets, reset, then go Baron, but at that point Baron isn't going to be free. Right now Baron is free, or it was free. And what Baron does is it lets you guys get the turrets anyways. Baron just gets all these outside towers for free. All 3 of them. That's what Baron does. It just destroys these towers. Like, teams can't even contest these towers. You just have to let them go. And then the inhibitor towers, maybe they could defend them, but with how strong your team is and having a Tristana,
Taking this. Bounce in 5 seconds.
I mean, even if you guys don't have like a super strong team or anything, I think Baron is always the right call right after that Oriana dies. I mean, I think it's the right call after the Ornn dies in that fight.
Just take a reset, guys. I would say take a reset.
Yeah, be careful.
Don't
Resetting.
force it. Don't overstay. Don't.
And now
Taking off.
that, I mean, this is so close. Zach probably just
We just
dies.
run the same
I'm
thing
running
as-
here.
Yeah.
I'm recalling.
I think so.
Because now you guys are in such a bad spot. You're gonna be like forced to back off, and then the enemy team can try to pressure Baron. So what this is really is it's like a misuse of like your pressure, like your tempo in a way. Have you heard people use the word tempo in League?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So you guys lose a lot of tempo going for these towers, and now you're just like giving the enemy team a chance, because by not taking Baron off the map, if you guys mess up, the enemy team can get Baron and they can come back in the game. So taking Baron takes it off the map for the enemy team, and it gives your team all the benefits. So it just takes a lot of risk out of the game here.
Yeah, we greeded so hard for the tower.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, these towers just fall anyways, as long as you guys just go get Baron. Yeah, because, yeah, you definitely don't want to fight here. Zach looks dead, probably. Hopefully Thresh doesn't die with him. I mean, they probably can't Baron, but they have a chance, which you guys don't want to give them a chance when you have this sort of lead.
Yeah.
Their Oriana definitely shouldn't have been bought. Oh, looks like you guys probably still win the fight. It's a little sloppy.
Yeah, true. I mean, we lose if Trist isn't super fed.
Mm-hmm. I think you guys should run straight to the bot and hip here instead of the mid one. With them both being open, if you have the choice, always take the bot one.
Okay.
Looks like you get
Just for
both.
Baron pressure.
Yeah. I guess you guys made the right call though. You have enough damage to take both. So it's fine. Yeah, going for blue is fine. I don't think you need to kill it pink though. I think just get out of there.
That's so tilting.
Yeah. Now you guys have like all the pressure in the world. You don't have to fight. You can just wait until they have to go clear their base, and then you guys get burned. Okay, let's see what happens here. I'm gonna listen to some of the comms.
Force the fight there. Force the fight. If they walk
Go
out.
Nashor. I would say go Nashor. We have a free Nashor.
I'm already in.
I have Varus.
Okay, we got Varus.
Snake shot in 2 seconds.
I have Q. I have Q.
We can just peel back.
Oh,
I'ma
this is
just
a
do
bit
battle
much.
here.
Slow, 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 slow. Look at the super minions.
Yeah.
Just slow.
Yeah, just stall it.
Alright, at least he didn't die.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you failed your dash. Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's good to stay and look for Jarvan and zone him. Yeah, it sucks that you died.
Everyone moved up, but
It's okay. It's okay to trade your life for Jarvan there. I mean, yeah, it sucks that you died, but it's okay. Now from here, it should just be smooth sailing.
yeah, the game is over from there.
Yeah. Alright, I guess as a general thing for comms that I would say though, I didn't really listen to a lot of them. But like towards the end it seemed like you guys had pretty decent comms, and also it seems like you guys are committing to something, even if everyone doesn't exactly agree, which is good. The team should always commit together. Yeah, in general for comms, you know, you just want to communicate stuff that's important to the game. I don't know how much people on your team would be like, oh, my bad, or like fill the comms with things that like aren't really necessary. I mean, like, my bad is fine, but if someone's like, oh, this and that about how this champion works, and I can't believe they killed me, and they like keep talking about how it's ridiculous how they died, and sorry, I'm doing bad, guys, that kind of stuff. Anything like that is always bad for comms, because it's just not necessary. It doesn't change the state of the game. It doesn't help your team, like with any information on anything. All that should ever be in comms is information about what's going on and what you're planning to do next. So, but yeah, could listen to some stuff like what was like a frustrating moment?
Shout for
Okay.
Yeah.
just defending tower.
Oh, they saw me.
Being
Striker.
now.
And it's one before. Okay. On cannon wave you can crash top.
And run away.
Play slow, play slow. We fight, we fight. Oh, Oriana ult.
I need to back out, sorry.
I'm running.
Nice.
Can you get out? Okay, we're fine.
Cookie.
We're fine. I can kill Ori if they stay on you.
She used ult.
Oh, I see. You're looking for the kill on Oriana right there.
I'm way too low. I'm resetting.
But
Okay.
even if you could get the kill, which it seemed like it would be really unlikely,
Nobody die from us.
No.
it
I
wouldn't
died at
be
the beginning.
that good.
Yeah, defend bot maybe.
Like it's just like kind of risky to go for it, because you could have just pushed mid instead.
Yeah,
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
that's true.
Jarvan's top. Dead.
I mean, this game went well for you guys. In order to like work on like comms stuff, I feel like it'd be better to look at a game where things go poorly.
Yeah, true.
We have a lot of knockups though,
But it seems like for the most part, a lot of the stuff I've heard is like decent like discussion about like what's actually going on in the game, and
With
That
TP
sort of stuff.
advantage mid.
do we want to try something level 1? I think we can actually do something.
So yeah, any other like questions or anything you want to talk about? Any other points in the game?
Let me see. And you think I should queue the whole wave here
Yeah.
from the beginning?
Yep.
And
You
then
go Tri-Brush or
instantly when Q is on cooldown another time?
Yeah, I mean, you want to try to get the CS, but you want to push the wave hard. Because it does a few things. It forces Orianna back, like, and it creates, it like gives you pressure. So like Jarvan wants to come mid, but if he does, then like I mentioned, your team gets info. Like, because as long as you don't use E, you can't really die.
we go around sort of?
And then Orianna having a CS under tower, like she might use mana to kill the CS, and then she's not using mana to hit you and deal damage to you. It's good that you're avoiding damage here. Orianna should really be poking you more with the ball. But if you push the wave hard, she can't do that as much because she'll have to deal with the minions instead of poking you.
Okay.
And also, if like the enemy jungler does some, like sketchy stuff against your jungler, like he invades or they fight in river or something like that, you want to be able to rotate like as soon as possible. Orianna is also like a pretty gankable champion, so the way you're playing it now, it seemed like you would want to get like some help from your jungler mid, some attention mid to kill Orianna, like put pressure on her. I mean that could have been a really good plan too if you guys put a lot of pressure on her and then snowball you as Ekko, because if Ekko gets a lead over Orianna, she's gonna have
Yeah,
a really
she
rough
can.
time.
Yeah. I think I had a plan in my head to let her shove me in to be safe from Jarvan and to get a gank for Sec because she has to overextend for the wave.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I communicated it, so
Yeah, I mean having a plan is good. Like your plan like sounds
yeah,
fine.
and I was pretty yeah, I wondered why Jarvan went buff and then gank. That was yeah, for me wasn't obvious that he would show up right there.
Yeah.
That's yeah, weird.
But it's fine. That gank, I mean, it isn't that useful for him. Like they
Yeah,
get
could have been worse.
yeah. Like they get your TP, but it should actually lead to a big advantage for you
Yeah,
because you have TP like we discussed, could have frozen this and stopped the recall.
yeah. That's so stupid actually
Mhm.
to not W instantly.
Well, so yeah, I mean just taking the trade when you know for sure she wants to recall. But yeah. Yeah, also, really big thing, like we mentioned, really work on those F keys. And like, even if you're not using the F keys, just looking around the map. I mean, I would definitely recommend getting comfortable with the F keys.
Yeah, true.
And I think those are some of the big things to work on. But yeah, as a mid laner like Ekko as well, just if like you can do a couple of different things. Like I mean, you could play it the way you played it now, and then see that the Orianna is playing it somewhat poorly. So you could say to your jungler, "Hey, we should put some pressure on this guy," or like, like gank him or whatever. Or you could say, you could say to yourself that you're just gonna push and try to roam and get plays, because Ekko's really really good at making plays around
Yeah,
that.
that's I don't know. I didn't get any ganks off. I stayed in lane almost the whole game.
Yeah.
And that's yeah, normally I don't do that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you still have time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've got some time, but this kind of bugged out.
Because we played today. Yeah, we played Flex and I streamed it, so we could watch it on Twitch.
Yeah, we could watch some of that. At the very least, could look at like the laning phase and stuff. I might want to like take a
Yeah,
break
laning phase
soonish?
is fine. Laning phase is fine. I don't need the whole game.
Alright, yeah, let's do it.
Let me send the link real quick. I think it should be. Yeah, it's online.
Wait.
This is good. Are these like notes for things? I don't know why my quality is going low. I like how you have some notes there. I don't know what they say, but and do you know like the timestamp, or was it this first game, or
That's the first game, yeah.
okay? This is all good stuff to have here. I would say here, let me just critique your notes for yourself real quick. Don't stress yourself too much on poking on every CS. You can have pressure on every CS, like make your opponent second guess like whether or not you're gonna hit them on that CS. You know, you can like move forward, but you don't actually have to do anything.
There, the red runes.
Yeah. It looks like you just kind of picked yourself into a counter matchup though. Safe side's good. Where are teammates? This is all good stuff to think about. Mid game, even if you're not ahead, you should be farming, clearing the sides. And like if it's not safe, sometimes it's good to just back off into the fog and wait a little bit. Like if you guys think you should be splitting, you don't necessarily have to go group immediately. You could back off and like go sit and like, you know, I'm assuming if we're bot lane, you can go sit in the brush and wait, and then when the enemy team shows, then you can go push again.
Okay.
I've done like a lot of like split pushing, like you know, also like with like I also have watched just like a lot of VODs and like pro play too, and split pushing is one of my favorite parts of the game. Just like being able to split push well and understanding how it works. So yeah, I'm a big fan of split pushing as like a champion like Ekko. But this game it looks like it'll be hard because if you have to go against Kassadin in a side lane and then they have Karthus ult, it's gonna be really hard for you to push into him. I would recommend you know, like if you're blind picking against Kassadin, it'd be really good if you had some AD mid laner you could play.
Yeah, I play Renekton.
Oh, that's Renekton's like one of the best counters into Kassadin. And then it seems like your top can play some AP like Akali and Rumble.
Yeah, I think we agreed that we should play the same champs over and over to get used to each other and the comp itself.
That's good too. That's good.
So
If that's the goal, then I'm not gonna fault you for picking Ekko into Kassadin. I mean, either way, Ekko is fine into Kassadin for the early game because like your wave clear is so good.
yeah, I have pressure every time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I die level 1 there, so
Oh, okay.
extra spicy.
One thing I will say though is why did you take Ignite this game instead of TP? I'm not necessarily saying it's wrong, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think I wanted to make up for the bad lane to have at least some pressure in the early game.
I see.
But yeah, TDP would have been way better.
Yeah, I think just for the consistency, TP is super useful. And like because it's a bad lane and you know you're gonna be pushing, you can use TP to just like keep that pressure going. Like if you force him out of lane early game and he has to use his TP, then you can, you know, keep pushing. Or like Camille especially. Camille should be able to put a lot of pressure on Kassadin. Yeah,
I thought that this one didn't hit.
Yeah, it looked really close.
That's why I didn't flash. I should have flashed a W from Rakan though.
Yeah, or you could skill E since you haven't skilled anything yet. You could just wait.
Yeah, I wondered why they commit so hard. I
Yeah.
think I could have. Yeah, I think I thought that I could get out with the with the passive proc.
Yeah, like the slow and the
Yeah,
passive hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's too bad because Ash's slow is already on you. Ash slow, yeah.
Everything right on the edge. It's so.
Yeah, that
That's-
Q was close. So I'm curious if Camille immediately comes mid after red.
Yeah, she comes.
Which, like, Kassadin should know that that's like Camille's best way of playing the game, so he should be back. Oh, if he autos that creep, oh man. Yeah.
That's greedy as hell.
Yeah, that shouldn't work. That gank from Camille, but yeah. I mean, like, Kassadin should never walk up for that creep. He should just sit back, wait for like his Q, and even then it might be a little risky because Camille could just go all the way up there. So it's a good punish on his mistake, but yeah.
In this situation, should she push with me?
No,
No.
because he has TP, and you want the solo XP.
Yeah. Do I push it in here or is this the right decision?
Yeah, you did the right thing because the wave, like you see how big the wave is here when he's dead. So your wave is gonna push into him anyways. Like it's not like you can freeze it or anything because you have more creeps and stuff.
Yeah.
If it was possible, it would have been great to freeze it, but this is just so early on, and he didn't even get to hit any creeps and stuff. So like there's no chance for you to freeze it. So just pushing it all the way in is good to try to make him like miss some. You know, like while he's TPing back or while it's under tower or whatever, it's gonna be awkward for him to last hit all of these. And then with this time, I would have gone for a ward somewhere. You could ask your jungler, where do you want a ward? Because you had a pretty big wave there and a lot of free time. And you could have gone and warded somewhere on either side, wherever your jungler wants it. And if your jungler doesn't really know, you could have maybe just walked in. One of my favorite wards is like right next to the raptors. You don't have to go all the way into this brush, but just somewhere in this area where you can see the raptors and around that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I asked before that where did the jungler start, and they said red, so I should have gone for that ward at what side?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
could.
know why I didn't even place it.
Yeah, you could have just gone and warded the blue. Like you don't even have to ward for a gank because you're against Kassadin. You could just ward the enemy jungle to get information on that.
True.
Trade's a little sketchy because
Yeah, that's a bad trade.
yeah, you're getting hit by the cannon and you didn't have W yet. And also, Kassadin, whenever he has his Q, you know that magic damage shield. Your best chance to trade is when he uses that after it's down. So like, Kassadins will usually just poke you with it at random points. So you could probably just wait around, and he'll probably just Q you at some point, and then you wait for the shield to run out, and then you trade with him. But yeah, especially against Kassadin, you should look either to freeze or to hard shove because, I mean, if you freeze, he's super gankable and you have a really strong ganking jungler like Camille. And if you push, you and Camille can like go and invade the enemy jungle and Kassadin won't be able to help at all, like, because he's Kassadin, so.
Yeah.
Let me see what happened here.
Going for constant rates isn't that bad because he has no potions.
Yeah.
After
it's just awkward because you're taking a lot of damage off
Yeah,
these trades as well.
because
Like-
he has the electrocute, it's yeah,
Also, just from the creeps, like his wave is
Yeah.
like kind of big,
true.
so you could like you don't even have to trade here, because it's pushing to you, and you can just wait and let it push all the way to you. Like now you're out of potions, so what you could have done instead of like those trades and stuff is like, you see how low your cannon is here. His cannon's full health. This wave's definitely gonna be pushing into you, and you just don't use Q and you wait, and you save your mana, and then you just tell Camille, I'm setting up for a gank mid, you know, and you could like perma freeze it,
Yeah.
because this will keep pushing as long as you don't clear these. I mean, you want to thin it out a little bit since there's a cannon, and you don't want it to push all the way in while it's a huge wave, but you just want to make sure that it's pushing to you and you can freeze it. So yeah, we keep going. It's still pushing to you. This is fine, but you should have like more health and stuff. And now, yeah, I mean, your support can roam, your jungler can come. I would thin this a little more. There's a lot of creeps there. And I would keep it out of tower. Like, I probably would have used W. Because now you pretty much like broke the freeze for him.
Yeah, true. True.
So even if you take a little damage, you could also just use W to not take damage, and you could stun the minions with it. Even though you're low mana, like, you don't have to use mana. You can just wait around and keep autoing the creeps. Since Kassadin doesn't have wave clear, he won't be able to break the freeze by himself.
Yeah, very good point. That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to beat yourself up too much, you know. That's why we're talking about this stuff. To improve. And now this is one of those points where you wish you had TP,
Yeah, true.
because you can't kill him here by yourself, at least. So like Ignite isn't doing too much. And if you had TP, you could TP back with all your resources and either, you know, like I said, either push it in or freeze the wave.
Yeah, I regretted it at that moment that I have Ignite. And I
Mhm.
told the jungler, can you come again? I still have Ignite, I want to use it. And yeah.
Yeah. With this lane state, you guys shouldn't be able to kill him because he still has flash and he's like pretty far back, but who knows, maybe. But yeah, right here, you definitely just want to Q, shove this as soon as possible, and go back. I mean, like, Camille wants to invade, but you should just tell her, like, you need to recall, and you should Q this wave and push it in as fast as possible, because you've got a lot of gold. Camille's probably killing Karthus.
No, she's dead.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, she's doing good, but she goes a little too deep. Yeah, and you're like out of resources. You don't have the wave pushed in. Like, your jungler should wait. If she wants to do something like this, she should wait until you have the wave all the way in. That way Kassadin has to choose between, like, I mean, he still has to choose here, but she's already pretty much dead. So yeah, even so far in this game, some of those things are pretty big, I would say. Just not freezing, and then also not pushing that wave as hard as possible for the recall, because it looks like you end up missing some. Okay, maybe you don't really miss. Yeah, you don't really miss much here, but Kassadin's probably 6 and can roam. Okay, we saw Karthus. Something you can do here as Ekko specifically against this sort of bottom lane when they're not like level 6 is you can go behind their tower to go for the gank. But right here, this is good how you walk this way. If they're like a little further back, Like if they looked like they were gonna get out, you could walk into their tower and do it. Because like since you have ult and shield, you don't care about tanking a couple tower shots, especially when you have 3 teammates to back you up.
Yeah, since they were already fighting, I wanted to go straight down there.
Yeah, yeah, you did it the right way. It's just something to think about if you try to roam bot sometime and it looks like they're like closer to their tower. Like if they look like they're already out, you can consider going that really deep route.
I flashed for nothing there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, right there. You can just W and walk into tower and you tank since you have ult. You guys can just play it slow and then like you say like you're gonna tank because you still have ult,
Yeah,
and just walk under and start
there
out
were,
on.
very little communication about that play, so.
I see. It's really good that Karthus wasted his ult. Right here, I'd probably just go for the last hits instead of trying to trade.
Yeah, I didn't expect that I follow him out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, so the roam bot lets Kassadin get the big wave into your tower, and you need to tell your team, like, Kassadin can roam here. I mean, I guess they're doing Dragon. That Dragon seems a little greedy, although on this patch, on the current patch, it's probably fine, because early Dragons are a little weaker, I think. I think they're weaker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
But, yeah, since you had a big wave, you definitely couldn't control Kassadin there. He had priority.
Yeah, I told them that he roams, so.
Too low mana to look for a dive on that guy. What, do you play a lot of solo queue, by the way?
Not really.
Okay, because I was curious about your rank in solo queue.
I'm Plat 2.
Oh, okay.
I played, I guess, 200 games.
I see.
Not even 200.
Yeah, this is good. Roaming.
Yeah, but the Ash.
Yeah, it's alright. You still put pressure on them. And you should still be able to get the pressure mid. Yeah, I would have looked for a trade immediately when you had your W shield. Like you should like walk in a lane and like W expecting to trade him because he's already kind of chunked.
Yeah, definitely.
And you have proto belt up, so you might as well use that, put it on cooldown, and then maybe in 40 seconds you could all in him for a kill. Because proto belt's such a short cooldown. If you have a good opportunity to get a good trade with it in lane, you might as well. Because like right here, your proto belt would be like 30 seconds left. You know, like 25. You know, like we keep going, and then like plus he would be lower health. Right here, it'd be at like 15 seconds left. You would definitely have like a lot of kill pressure. I mean, proto belt's also good for just pushing the wave super fast if you ever want to do that. Ah, that sucks. That wave's in such a bad spot.
Yeah, true.
So I guess what you guys are thinking here is you're gonna get Kassadin and then Karthus shows up out of nowhere. So it's a little awkward because you already committed to Kassadin.
Yeah, Kassadin sits in the bush.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think you committed like a little early here. You might as well see if the enemy jungler is nearby. I mean, maybe you don't expect them to be standing right there in that bush, but you might as well wait to commit until Camille is a little bit closer.
True.
I mean, I guess you're trying to scare him into the Camille, right? But he can always rift walk away.
Yeah, true. I went way too early.
Yeah,
But
now
I think Kartos could have killed both of us if we commit full.
yeah, but you guys wouldn't commit if you wait a little bit and then see
Yeah,
if
true.
if the jungler. I mean, you could just be thinking to yourself, let's just find out if the jungler's waiting into that brush for some reason first, and then it turns out that he is. And now this is so bad because the wave is like frozen for Kassadin. So you missed this entire wave, this entire next wave, and the cannon. You miss all that XP and gold. So now you're still slightly, you might not be slightly ahead of Kassadin. Let's see if he levels up. You're still like slightly ahead, I guess, but not by much.
I have no idea why I put the second pink there. That's a waste.
Oh, where?
He puts another pink right in the brush.
Oh, Kassadin?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty silly. The best pinks are the ones that you can defend. Like, as a champion like Kassadin, I think the best pinks are in these, like, alleyways. Like, not in the brush, but back behind
Yeah,
this
you
area.
can never defend it
Yeah,
in the brush.
yeah.
Yeah, there are a die.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, he communicates. It looks like he pinged Mia. I don't know what he's saying exactly to you, but for you, Rakan and Ashe have really sick CC, so you should be ready to run. Yep.
Yeah, no chance to get out.
Yeah.
I greeted for that wave. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, when he communicates Mia, you should be like hovering towards like this side and then like looking at like your team is
Yeah.
close that way and you shouldn't have your E on cooldown or anything like that. And then if Kassadin fights you, you should be like immediately like, okay, I need to get out of here because you know their bot could be there. Little bit of an awkward W. I would say just like when you're placing W's, just try to like think really carefully about it, I guess. Try not to autopilot it. And I don't know, maybe you didn't autopilot that one, but try to put like as much effort as possible into placing your W well. Or like you don't even have to place it going into the fight. You can wait until the fight breaks out a bit, and then it's harder for the enemy champions to like realize that, like it's harder for the enemy team to realize that you placed it, and then it kind of like pops up and they're not ready. So sometimes it's good to just place it mid-fight.
Yeah, I placed it there because I wanted to stop the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
To scare them away, but you were definitely right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing that I've found with Ekko, like his W, is you always want to place it just a little deeper than you expect, like than you think you should, in a way, because if you place it just like a little bit deeper, then you can put the enemy team in a really awkward spot where like they want to run somewhere, but your W's already there. Rather than like, you know, placing it where they already are, or like right on top of them.
Yeah, that's another time where I regret the ignite.
Yeah, this guy's Hex Drinker and Merc Treads. So you definitely don't want to fight.
I almost died.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're going up against this guy, you should definitely just see his items and think, okay, I'm not gonna fight him, I'm just gonna clear the wave.
Yeah. I even clicked on him, but didn't check his items. That's so stupid.
Yeah. That's alright though. You're just working on these bad habits.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I've given you a lot to work on.
True.
But always just like try to enjoy the game while you're doing it, and like find some like satisfaction in like that you are improving, even if it feels like it's slow, like you are getting better at the game, because you're clearly interested in trying to get better. So, but yeah, I guess that'll be about it for this one. It's pretty much covered the whole laning phase.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you found this helpful. I'll try to like leave some notes for you too. Like I'll send like some messages or whatever, with things to work on, and it'll pretty much be already the things you already talked about a lot. But any other questions or thoughts?
I think, yeah, you told me a lot, so yeah, I need to make small steps one after another. So
Yep.
yeah, I try to get one thing done and then work on the next.
Yep, definitely don't go into your next game thinking like, all right, I'm gonna use F keys and I'm gonna make sure I do all these things super well and like all that kind of stuff. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. Yeah, little steps are really good. So, all right, well, I hope you have a good night, and feel free to message me anytime if you wanna, if you have like another game that you're like not sure about some things or have some questions. Maybe we won't do as long of a session, but feel free to send me a message.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. And yeah, I will drop you a message when I have a very hard lane that I have no idea how to can get.
Yeah, or if you have any questions in general, always
Yeah.
feel free. But yeah, I'm planning on like getting into like streaming soon too for League and stuff, or like doing YouTube stuff. And also, do you mind if I post this on YouTube? I'll send you the link so you can review it as well.
Okay. Great.
All right, cool. All right, have a good one.
Yeah, same. Bye bye.
Bye.